Hello everyone, Kim J here, and I wanted to do a video, I've been wanting to do this for a while, on back maintenance. We all know that yoga is good for our backs, and that depends, actually. I want you to understand what back maintenance is. Back maintenance is how you keep your back healthy. So what that means is if it's not currently in a good place right now, if you're healing an injury, taking care of something, or have something going on, back maintenance may not be appropriate. That would be under, obviously, the direction of a doctor, physical therapist. So some of these things, if you do have an injury currently, will not be appropriate for you. So it's very important to listen to your body, know what you can and cannot do, never feel any pain. This is simply just going to be some postures that will keep your back loose and limber and healthy if it's in a good place right now. So listen to your body. And these are just some of my favorite things to do. We're going to get started lying on our back. So go ahead and lie down. And you can even do these on your bed, wherever. Just be comfortable. And right away, separate your feet the width of your mat or a little wider than hips. Drop your knees into touch. And this is a good resting position for the low back. I want you to put your hands on your belly, your low belly, so you can just take a moment here to settle in and feel the breath move underneath your hands. Really important to start by releasing any tension or any gripping that we have going on. So the shoulder is a good place to start. Just go ahead and let the shoulders draw heavy and deep underneath you. So softening through the shoulders, following the flow of your breath, connecting, lingering in your breath for a moment here. Because the breath is a guide that we use to move in and out of posture, so we just want to establish a connection to that breath first. So find that harmony, that natural rhythm. And reach your arms out to the sides. We're going to start with a wide-legged knee twist. Take your knees open as wide as your feet. And if it's comfortable for you to do twisting, it's a low back twist more than anything. Slowly, so very mindfully, drop your knees over to the right and turn your head to the left so you can soften through the shoulders. Keep the shoulders anchored. Just feel the low back lengthen here. A little stretch through that left quad. Take an inhale. On your exhale, use your core. Draw your knees back up. And then just very slowly, mindfully drop the knees over to the left. So turning your head to the right, softening through that shoulder, just kind of loosening things up, right? This is good to do in the morning, actually. From sleeping all night, you get stuck, our back gets stuck and sticky. So loosening it up. Take an inhale. And exhale, draw your knees back up. Now we're going to pick up the feet, hug the knees into the chest. Go ahead and gently rock side to side. Stretch out through the toes, feels good. Roll through the ankles. So massaging into your low back here. If you want to feel this more in the glutes, draw the knees away and a little side to side action here. Keeping those shoulders nice and heavy though. There we go. And let's hug the right knee into the chest. Drop the left foot and extend the leg down. So holding on to that shin, relax your shoulders, keeping the hips nice and heavy so you feel nice and neutral through the pelvis. Stretch through the low back. And now from here, go ahead and extend that right leg. I'm going to suggest taking your fingers, interlacing them behind the thigh. There's no need to grab your foot here. It's not beneficial, and sometimes it's counterproductive. Just feel the thigh pressing into the hands, and you want to keep the softness in the shoulders, because when we create tension, we're definitely not giving ourselves the best stretch we can, right? So just breathe into that hamstring. And now we'll bend that right knee and right arm out to the side. We're just going to go into a mini little twist. Take the right knee across the body, and you're going to, again, mindfully come into it. You don't want to pin the knee to the ground. This is not a wrestling match here. So just feel that length. You can turn your head in whatever direction feels good for the neck. Full breath in and out through the nose. So that is supporting the stretch, supporting the release. And then slowly come onto your back. You're going to drop the right foot down, flexing the left toes up. So really grounded through the left side. We're just going to drop the right knee open, coming into a supine tree pose. And hands could be on your belly, out to the sides, whatever is comfortable. And just let gravity work here. That knee is releasing down, keeping that left hip nice and firm. The shoulders released. And just nice, gentle, easy breath through the nose. Okay. I'm going to go into a figure 4 stretch, pigeon pose on your back, by simply taking my right foot, placing it on the thigh, the left thigh, and then just pick up that left foot, place it on the ground or mat, flexing the right toes up towards the ceiling, and just drawing that right knee away, getting a little stretch through the hip there, feels good. This is probably good enough, actually. But if you're not feeling a stretch at all, you can pick up the left foot and release the fingers behind the back of that thigh. Now, if you're going like this and hunching up, just let it go. Just let it go. If you can do this and soften the shoulders down, go for it. And again, just going for a stretch. Nothing crazy here. Breathing in and out through the nose. And okay, let's go ahead and release. Place the feet down, switching sides. Hug the left knee into the chest. Extend the right leg long. And right away, relax. Shoulders nice and heavy. Oh, my dog might be walking across the room, so I hear little pitter patter. It's Mindy. Cute. You're a star, Mindy. And now going into the hamstring stretch. Extend the leg, interlace the fingers behind the back of that thigh, and feel the thigh press away from you. And I'm really strong through the right side to support the stretch. So flexing the right toes up towards the ceiling, softening the shoulders, and coming into the twist slowly. Bend the left knee. Left arm out to the side. We're going to take the right hand and just gently guide the knee across the body. And keeping that left shoulder nice and heavy. I'm not even going halfway. It's just wherever you feel a nice stretch, that's what we're going for. This is not a vigorous practice. Back maintenance, that's it. Enjoy it. And slowly roll back onto your back. Drop the left foot down. Again, right leg nice and solid. Drop the left knee open. I'm going to take my hands on my belly again for this one. Just using gravity, opening up through the inner hip. And the hips, pelvis, the shoulders and everything, they have a lot to do with our back, because if they pull in one direction, it's gonna take our sacrum, it could turn our whole pelvis, sacrum, spine out of alignment and cause issues. So it's really good to keep the hips open, shoulders. And then I'm going to take my left foot, place it on the right thigh. Just place that right, bend the knee, place the right foot down, coming into the outer hip stretch here. Again, just settling in, shoulders nice and heavy. Flexing the left toes, that's going to help. Drawing the left knee away, or again, if you're not feeling much of anything here, you can pick up the right foot and release the hands behind the thigh. Not necessary though. Just whatever feels good, enjoy it, breathe into it. Okay, and from here we're going to take both knees into the chest again. I'm going to hold on to my knees. And then just circle the knees. I'm tracing the sacrum right now. Little teeny tiny back circles here. And reversing this, we'll go in the other direction. Okay. All right, and now hold on to your shins. You can just stay here on your back, but I'm going to roll through the spine, kind of massaging through the vertebrae. So if that's okay for your back, join me, holding onto the shins, lifting the head, chin to the chest, and I'm just going to do teeny tiny little rolls, engaging my core, and then just kind of massaging a little bit what feels good. It feels good for me on the low back more than anything. And then from here, I'm just going to roll over and come to a comfortable seated position. So now we're going to work through some lateral flexion and a little bit of rotation. Sit up nice and tall. Take your right hand out to the side and lean into the heel of the palm. Bend the elbow slightly so you can drop that shoulder in, and take the left arm up and over, keeping that left hip really heavy. So lateral flexion here. Just breathe into the ribs, opening up, getting oxygen into the lungs there. Okay, push into that right hand and slowly come on up. Let's take a little twist. Take the right hand to the left knee. We're not rotating yet. We're just establishing the alignment. The right fingertips behind you. We always want to lengthen before we rotate. So let's lift up tall, feel the belly pull in, and just a teeny tiny little rotation, kind of ringing out through the spine. Nothing, again, nothing crazy. Nice and gentle. Draw the shoulders back. Take another inhale. And on your exhale, we'll release. And we're going to hinge forward, keeping the spine tall, belly lifted. Just lean forward, fingertips on the ground in front of you. And you'll feel this in the hips. So let's relax the shoulders and feel that stretch through the back of the hips, the low back. And let's take an inhale, look up, and come on up. I'm going to switch the crossing of my legs just to keep things even here, placing the opposite shin in front, wiggling back up tall onto my sits bones, and the left hand goes out to the side. So lean into that palm, bending the elbow just a teeny tiny bit to pull that shoulder into the back so it's not hiking up to the ear, and then the right arm goes up and over. We want to keep the right hip nice and anchored and just opening up through the side body there. Nice flexion, lateral flexion for the spine. Breathing into the ribs, opening up through the intercostal muscles. They can get sticky in between the ribs. And then slowly come on up. So, left fingertips behind, right fingertips on the knee. First lifting up nice and tall, and then just a little teeny tiny twist. Okay, we're just going for the light stretches. We just kind of want to, I don't know, just kind of pry out any sticky areas. And take an inhale. Exhale, come back to center. And again, little hip stretch. So we're going to hinge forward, keep the hips nice and heavy behind you. Just rest on your fingertips. And even close your eyes here. Just breathe into the hips, breathe into the low back. Keep those shoulders nice and soft. Take an inhale, exhale, come on up. So last part we're going to do all fours with some flexion and extension in cat-cow. So coming to all fours, you want to stack your joints always. So my hips are right above my knees, my shoulders right above the wrists. If you have sensitive wrists, you can make fists, turning the palms inward. So keeping the elbows soft too. We have this tendency to hyperextend here. We're going to start with extension. We're going to lift the chest as your ribs, belly drops down. Look forward, shoulders draw back. Now rounding the back up to the ceiling, cat stretch. Drop your head, pull your belly in, push the floor away. Stay here for a second. Keep breathing. Feel how the gravitational lengthening of the pulling of the head down stretches through the neck. That feels really good. Upper back. Now we're going to move with our breath. Inhaling, we'll extend, draw the heart forward. And if you can just close your eyes here, just feel your way through it. Exhaling, rounding, pushing away, scooping in through the belly. and then just flowing with your breath. So finding that rhythm, that harmony, breath and body, that connection. Inhaling as you extend, exhaling as you round, and come back to neutral, taking child's pose, balasana. Toes point back, big toes, mounds of the big toes touch, and I like my knees wide. For this one, take your hips back towards your heels and then drop your chest and head down. I'm just going to keep my head down so you can still hear me through my mic, but right now we're just stretching the low back. And if this is hard on the knees or the hips, you can always choose puppy variation. Again, keeping the forehead down and just keeping the hips up higher. But take a few breaths here. Just feel the forehead rest on the mat. Feel the shoulders sinking in to the back. Chest slightly extended. And then breathe into the low back. Enjoy this little moment with yourself. And we're going to come back up onto all fours. Okay, one last little thing that I like here, doing a little opposition stretch. You're going to take your right leg behind you, stay on the toes. Right away, make sure the hips are square to the mat, belly pulls in, and look down. So the crown of the head is extending forward. You're going to keep the right toes down. Again, we're not going for any strengthening here. We're going for a stretch. You're going to pop up onto the left fingertips. Extend the left arm out in front of you. So, thumb turns up, left shoulder stays in the back. So feel that stretch. Creating a little cross stretch. It feels really good. Breathe into it. And then release. Drop your knee and hand. Extend the left leg. Stay on the toes. Belly pulls in. Left hip stays down. Shoulders firm in the back. Pop onto your right fingertips, keep the head down, and just extend that right arm like you're shaking someone's hand. So thumb on top, and lengthening, stretching, breathe into it. And release. Let's just come to a comfortable seat and take a moment. Take a moment to absorb the nice stretches and the support for your back here. Inhale, reach the arms up. So receiving your breath and then bringing your hands to your heart. Just taking a moment, close your eyes, nod your head down to seal this little bit of time that you've taken for yourself with gratitude and enjoy. Namaste.